By exact atomic time, it's 10, 13, and 42 seconds. Thank goodness for atomic time. Where would we be without it? Well, I was doing some spiritual reading from the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Hail our prophet Bobby Henderson, who invented the religion in 2005. Like all other religions, be it Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, it's just invented like everything else. Um, the spaghetti monster is no more real than Allah, the man in the sky with the beard Buddha, or the juju under the Jawamba, as Richard Dawkins says. Or maybe even the Russell's teapot that orbits the sun halfway between the earth. But anyway, on page 202, I came across an interesting fact. It's Mr. Henderson's cosmological argument that we don't need a reason to enjoy spaghetti. And the last point is spaghetti is the only thing that can have no cause, thus must be the first cause. But he mentions QED, comma, bitches at the bottom of the page, and I can only assume that with QED he means quantum electrodynamics, which is Richard Feynman's theory on the interaction of photons with matter, the annihilation of matter, antimatter, how photons are given off. And he won the 1965 Nobel Prize for that. Did I say that already? However, it's interesting that theory predicts the magnetic moment of an electron, which the theory predicted that to the 10th decimal place, and when it was found experimentally, it matched almost identically. So in science, that is the most accurate prediction between theory and experiment. And it just goes to show that maybe string theory, which is like noodles, which is like the spaghetti monster, is empirical evidence for our noodly master as the one true omnipotent being. Well, I was trying to link QED through quantum mechanics to Boltzmann brains, which is this idea that through quantum fluctuations, random fluctuations, you can get conscious, aware entities. Like maybe at the beginning of the universe, some 13.7 billion years ago, when the universe first exploded, maybe there was some coherence between all the matter that was once in the same place, and maybe there was some kind of conscious entity at the beginning of the universe. That's kind of the scientific perspective on God, maybe, which I just take with a grain of salt. However, I'm going to look up, and I found the magnetic moment of the electron, and on Wikipedia, it is the magnetic moment of electron, GS. I think it's 2.0023193436, and 00231 is, I believe, conveniently, the area code. Am I still filming? It's the area code, country code for Liberia, which is a Muslim country, as we know. And in the first pages of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, prophet, using that word loosely, he refers to the Quran as the Q-tip. If I know my gospel correctly, I don't do enough spiritual reading. Flying Spaghetti Monster, Q-tip, Pastafarian, numerous holes. Oh God, I should be better versed in the Gospels. People that like Christian, they can waffle on and gobbledygook about their scriptures, but I'm just losing the plot right now. Trust me, it's there. It's the first page. Let's go to page 1. I know enough about the Gospel to say it's page 1. I won't read it to you. I don't read very well out loud. Okay, we'll go to page 2. Sorry. Anyway, let's just call the number. Bloody hell. Okay. Let's call the number. Got to be very accurate here. After all, the Flying Spaghetti Monster created this magnetic moment to the 10th decimal place correctly. If string theory is correct also. Here we go. 0, 0. Don't try this at home, folks. 231 9 3 0 4 3 6. Let's tell them that the Quran is wrong in evolution, that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. It never had an atmosphere that was created by cyanobacteria. Then life evolved. Tetrapods came out of the ocean, and that the evidence that man's evolved from a common primate ancestor 5 billion years ago is proven by our chromosome number 2, the fusion of 2 ancestral chromosomes, the conservation of interons, molecular clock techniques, Y chromosome descent, mitochondrial DNA evidence, and pretty much everything in molecular biology and physical anthropology. Oh, it's not working! It's not a number. Listen. If one of the guys spoke English, we could have had a debate on. I would have been talking to the electron effectively. Maybe next time. I gotta find some elementary particle that is a good phone number in some Muslim countries to discuss cosmology, which the usual average radicalized Muslim knows nothing about. I'm not being racist, don't mistake me, I'm being scientificist. The universe has a natural history, I understand it, many people do. However, maybe more than half the world does not. Sorry folks, the world is not young, man was not created by God, or any other God that you subscribe to, and quantum mechanics basically affects biological systems, and that's equally more amazing than current complexity being created in the whim of some supposedly omnipotent being. It's my take on the universe. We persevere in our quest to understand the universe more deeply.